Happy Saturday, Buckeye fans. Welcome into the Ohio State Football Report presented by Prize Picks. Billy Beebe with you. At the conclusion of the second scrimmage of fall camp, Ohio State named their 2026 team captain. Some surprises, some non-surprises, some things you may like, may not like, but good opportunity to go through the leaders of this group going into the 2026 season. Plus, of course, who is getting that Block O honor for Ohio State. That's actually where we'll begin with the Block O for the Buckeyes. Your 2026 Block O captain, Block O recipient, however you want to put it, is Brandon Inniss. Yes, just as I predicted, the two-time captain and look, vocal leader, well-known leader. Like we all knew Brandon Inniss is a Block O type of guy, just how he's been over the past, I'll say 3 years, but 2 years specifically, he's been a major leader for this team. Very unsurprising for him to become the Block O. Great honor for Ohio State, started under Ryan Day, bringing this back. And Inniss joins a line of players that have represented it well and gone on to do, good things both for Ohio State and into the NFL. Here's a look at the past Block O recipients in case you forgot. Jonathan Cooper was the first. Thayer Munford. Cam Babb was a guy that, represented of what it meant to be a Buckeye and go through a lot at Ohio State. Xavier Johnson, Cody Simon, and Sonny Styles. So Brandon Inniss joins an elite group there as the 2026 Block O recipient. I do want to check in with you guys how you're feeling about that one. Who should have been named the Block O recipient? If you're feeling good about Inniss, if you're okay with that decision, great. If you thought it should have been somebody else, let us know down below. Inniss, again, maybe not. We have, on the field stuff, we have kind of recapped that he has not been the Brian Hartline 5-star recruit, should be now Smith and Inniss, and maybe it doesn't necessarily feel that way like it was Smith and Tate. But Brandon Inniss has also sat behind some very talented groups, some very talented receivers, remained a leader, remained strong in Ohio State, by the way. Definitely could have transferred left, gone somewhere else in that time, and yet he wants to be a Buckeye. We do know going into this season that Inniss wants a 1,000-yard season. That is a goal he has. That is something I think he wants to do to up his NFL stock, to help the team. There's a lot going into that run, right? And again, it could be tough to do. You have Bo Jackson, who's going to get the ball plenty. Of course, you have Jeremiah Smith, who should get the ball the most in this group. And then, hey, you may just end up in another scenario where Inniss isn't getting the ball like we necessarily thought he would. Overall, though, don't really care about the stats. He's a great Buckeye and a great leader. He's clutch as can be on third down, catching the ball, reeling the ball in, all that sort of stuff. So I am excited for Brandon Inniss to both be the Block O and to get into the season for Ohio State. I think it's going to be a very, very good thing there. All right, let's get into the other captains being named. We obviously know Brandon Inniss is one of them. Kenyatta Jackson has been named a 2026 team captain for Ohio State. I would put this under the non-surprising one. He was one of my predictions to be a team captain for the Buckeyes. I believe Kenyatta Jackson, I've said this before, I'll say it again. And again, captain stuff is not always about on the field, right? It's sometimes off the field. I do think on the field plays a factor. The players vote. Ryan Day announces it and makes that call. He is Ohio State's best defensive player. I believe that. There's other great players on this defense, but I think Jackson is their best. I think he has the most upside coming into this year. I do think he could work himself into being a first-round pick. I really think that with Kenyatta Jackson. And he was another Block O option. If he hadn't changed from 97 to 2, there were a lot of rumors that Kenyatta Jackson was going to be considered for the Block O along with Brandon Inniss. I'm not really sure about any other mixes in there or names in there, but I know Jackson is a quality pick for team captain, both on and off the field for Ohio State. Reminder that today's show is presented by America's #1 sports picks app. That is the Prize Picks app. Yep, that's right. Right now going on Prize Picks, by the way, they have the new social feeds feature where you can share Prize Picks with your friends, copy lineups with a single click. That includes me and producer AP. If you follow us on Prize Picks at Billy_Beebe, at CSAP. Give us a follow to copy great lineups like this one. Preseason action going on tonight. Yeah, it's preseason, but I still got some names to watch for the Bengals. Joe Flacco, more on his passing yards. Colby Young, one of his targets from last week, looking to have more on his receiving yards. He had more than that last week. And then Roschon Johnson, a guy trying to earn a job for the Bears, more on his rushing yards there. Plus, right now on Prize Picks, they have their new user offer where you play your first $5 lineup and get $150 in lineups if you win that lineup. Just use code HMA when you sign up. That's right. Prize Picks just switched up their offer, so there's no better time to join. Lock in and win that first lineup. That's code HMA at sign up to get $150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 lineup on Prize Picks. Payton Pierce, next up, named a team captain in 2026 for Ohio State football. This one surprised me just a little bit. This is where we start to get into the names that are a little like, okay, we're doing a lot this year. We've got a lot of guys being named team captains this year for Ohio State. But I think one of the stories or one of the things that just kind of encapsulates Payton Pierce or where he's at right now with Ohio State, obviously taking over that Sonny Styles role for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes had their first scrimmage, and the reports out of camp were the offense dominated, the offense looked good, the offense crushed. Word is Pierce was the one who was vocal with the defense about how they need to be better, have to be better. That was not good enough, all that kind of stuff. So that's leadership style stuff from Payton Pierce, who, again, phases to replace Sonny Styles this year, got the most time out of all these linebackers for Ohio State last season. And again, it's on the field, it's off the field. Pierce has a major role for this team this season. The on-the-field stuff is stuff we need to see still with him, but the off-the-field stuff, we're already seeing it apparently in fall camp. Plus, a reminder, we have played the clip for you guys, and we have it on our channel if you ever want to go back and watch. Sonny Styles, when asked about this linebacker group, who to watch for, who's taken over, so on and so forth, Styles kind of was like, yeah, Payton Pierce. He's been good from day one, been impressive from day one. We can note, like, it was Styles, Reese, and a little bit of Pierce last season at the linebacker position. So he's got Sonny's stamp of approval. He's not going to be a block O, but hey, who knows? Maybe in the future for Payton Pierce there. Let's take a minute to congratulate all the team captains. That's right. Support the Buckeyes right now by hitting that thumbs up button. These guys earned it. They're going to play a big role for Ohio State. They're going to do a lot for the Buckeyes, and it's a great honor to have. So hit that thumbs up button right now. Next up is Jaylen McClain. Yes, I believe Jaylen McClain is headed for a breakout, Arvell Reese breakout style year. I know that's a lot to kind of go with, but hey, Arvell Reese wasn't Arvell Reese until last year. He had played a little bit, but we didn't quite know what he'd become. McClain played a lot, and we still might not know what he'll become. I do. I think he is headed for a very big year for Ohio State. McClain, going to Big Ten Media Days as one of the representatives for the Buckeyes, that hinted to me that possibly he would be a big voice on this team, a big leader on this team, a potential captain, right? It was Julian Sayin, Jeremiah Smith, and Jaylen McClain. That was a big honor for him to go to Big Ten Media Days with Ryan Day. Plus, we did the Sonny Styles part of this. Now let's do the Caleb Downs part of this. Caleb Downs talked about Jaylen McClain was playing off him. Jaylen McClain was learning from him. He was going off his tendencies last year. Downs added this year, he's excited to watch McClain do his own thing as a leader on this defense and on the field for Ohio State. So, as Payton Pierce has Sonny Styles' stamp of approval, Caleb Downs gives his stamp of approval to Jaylen McClain. Next up on the captain's list for Ohio State, Julian Sayin has been named a 2026 team captain. I don't know if this will be his final year with Ohio State. Not really sure. What I do know is, in year two, as the quarterback of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a year under your belt, you should be a captain, right? That is my thought on Julian Sayin, who deserves it on and off the field. We've heard stories as well in fall camp about him, that he's had a good camp, that he's looked good, that he's gone out and been more vocal and more of a leader and looks bigger, stronger, faster, all that sort of stuff. And look, we did the captain's predictions 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I didn't want to make a big deal about it then. I did just kind of mention, like, hey, you want your captain, you want your quarterback to be a captain, right? It's such a valuable position. You want your quarterback to be a captain. So for Julian Sayin to be named a captain, whether the voting with the peers, Ryan Day's vote in it and decision in it, it's good. And it makes me feel better overall that Julian Sayin is a part of this captain group for Ohio State. He'll be leading the offense. We're talking a little bit about the scrimmage there and everything else with the Buckeyes. Just curious, will Ohio State be better on offense or defense this season? Yeah, let us know by typing O for offense, D for defense. JJ, yes, Jeremiah Smith, 4 for Heisman, 4 for captain. Jeremiah Smith is a part of this 2026 Ohio State football captain group. He has been extremely good the past 2 years. There's not a ton more you can say about the guy. He's national champion. Now he's a captain, leader on this team. Hoping to be a top 5, top 3 draft pick coming up. Similar to Julian Sayin, what I will say about Jeremiah Smith is your best player should be a captain, right? Hey, if Jeremiah Smith wasn't named a captain, oh well, would be what it is for the Buckeyes, is what it is at that point. But it feels better knowing that your best player is a captain, which is how it should be. He should have that sort of leadership to him. He should have that sort of respect to him. So yeah, Jeremiah Smith is a captain, should be a captain for Ohio State, which you'll love to see. Captain, another one of the gems on the Thanos glove I've talked about. I think it's a Thanos year for Jeremiah Smith. So team captain, all Big Ten, Biletnikoff, Heisman, these all should be a part of his glove for this year. That's my prediction for him. That's my hope for Jeremiah Smith in the 2026 Ohio State season. Captain is a good start there. If you want to attend an Ohio State football game coming up this year, go ahead and do that. This video is made possible by SeatGeek. They can help you out. Just use code CHAT10 and you'll save 10% off your next set of tickets on SeatGeek. Whether it's a Buckeyes home game or a Buckeyes road game, you can get your tickets on SeatGeek. You can actually go to the game this year and watch Ohio State versus Michigan in Columbus. It's not just football games either. Concerts, comedy shows, festivals, baseball games, all available on the SeatGeek app. Whatever it is, SeatGeek has you covered. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Just look for the green dots. Green means good, and if you see red dots, red means bad. I'll give you that code one more time here. Chat10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. 10% off any tickets with promo code CHAT10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later on SeatGeek. Code CHAT10. Thank you, SeatGeek. As we said earlier, Brandon Inniss is one of the team captains. We kind of went through where Inniss is at, Blocko captain, all that sort of stuff. Great honor and two-time captain, Brandon Inniss. Back-to-back years for him. I think that speaks a lot, and that type of name or those type of names in the two-time captain category, it has different meaning to it. So, again, congrats to Brandon Inniss there. And then Austin Siereveld is the other, now two-time captain for Ohio State football. There were only 4 last year. That's one of the reasons I wasn't sure if Siereveld would be a captain this year, but I did put him on my predictions list to be a captain. Look, being a returning captain is a great honor. One of the reasons they probably expanded this group is the amount of leadership they have and guys returning as captains, all that sort of stuff. He was one of 4 captains in 2025. I don't know where he's going to play on the offensive line yet, but he'll be a key player and he'll be a starter. We're kind of looking at different lineups right now with Ian Moore, Josh Padilla, Siereveld at guard, Siereveld at left tackle. There are a lot of options on this offensive line right now that the Buckeyes are still sorting through. However, two-time captain Austin Siereveld will be there, no doubt. Tough question as we get to the end of today's show. Who should it be? Which captain will be Ohio State's most important leader in 2026? It's a big job. It means a lot. Which one of these names will be the most important leader in 2026? That's right. 7 Ohio State football captains for 2026. I predicted 5 and felt like I picked a lot. Buckeyes, I guess, had to do it, right? It's not just the player voting. It's Ryan Day's thoughts about making all this happen. It is Kenyatta Jackson, Payton Pierce, Jaylen McClain, Julian Sayin, Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Inniss, Austin Siereveld, and a quick note there, first time since 2020, they have 7 captains, or some of the initial reports there. So 7 Ohio State football captains. Again, I'm shook, and Brandon Inniss is your 2026 Block O captain. I think the deal here was Ryan Day had too much talent, too much leadership to only go with 4. or 5. It shook me a little bit. Maybe Payton Pierce is the surprising one, just because he's a really first-year starter. But overall, I'm happy with this group. They deserve it. They should be celebrated for it. You should be excited for the 2026 Ohio State football season. Make sure you join us by hitting that subscribe button here on the Ohio State Football Report.